Eat onions, but don't make these common mistakes under any circumstances. Onions are one of the most consumed foods in the world, serving as a great ingredient and side dish for many meals. But there are mistakes you make when eating them, and in this video, I'm going to tell you what those mistakes are. And the best part, I'm going to tell you why you need to stop making them right away. Number 9. Not washing onions properly. Washing onions properly is an essential step that many people underestimate. Even if you peel it, the onion can still contain pesticide residues and dirt that accumulate during the growing and transportation process. It's not uncommon to find traces of soil or dust on the surface, and this can end up on your plate if the onion isn't properly cleaned. So first of all, wash the onion thoroughly under running water, gently scrubbing to ensure all impurities are removed. Even when bought from trusted markets, it's important to wash them well to remove any residues. Remember that washing onions properly isn't just a matter of hygiene, but also health. Pesticides, if consumed in considerable amounts, can harm the body in the long term. This simple habit can make a huge difference in the quality of what you consume. Another important point is how we wash onions. Some people just quickly rinse the onion under water, but that's not enough. Ideally, do a thorough wash, including the outer folds of the onion. Even if you're using organic onions, the care should be the same. Dirt and microorganisms don't distinguish between organic and conventional farming. Additionally, many people have the habit of cutting onions before washing them, which is not recommended. Cutting before washing can allow residues to penetrate the inner layers of the onion. Ideally, you should first wash, then peel, and only then cut. This process ensures that the onion is clean and ready to use without concerns of contamination. Number 8. Cutting onions too early. Cutting onions too far in advance is a common mistake that many people make without realizing the negative impacts. When onions are cut, they release sulfur compounds, which are responsible for many of their health benefits. However, these compounds start to dissipate quickly after cutting. So if you cut the onion long before using it, you might be losing many of these valuable nutrients. Besides the loss of nutrients, leaving cut onions exposed for too long can change their flavor and texture. Exposure to air can make the onion wilt and become less crisp, while developing a stronger, unpleasant taste. This can spoil the flavor of your recipe, especially in raw dishes like salads. So if you want to preserve the freshness and taste of the onion, it's important to cut it just before using it. Another important point is oxidation. As soon as the onion is cut, it starts to oxidize, which can reduce the amount of antioxidants available in the food. These antioxidants, like quercetin, are important for fighting inflammation and promoting overall body health. So cutting onions at the time of preparation isn't just about taste, but also about maximizing the nutritional benefits. If you usually prepare your meals in advance, a useful tip is to keep the onion whole and cut it when you're ready to add it to the recipe. This is especially important for dishes that require raw onions, as it preserves their beneficial properties. Leaving onions cut for too long compromises not only nutrition but also the final quality of the dish. Number 7. Cooking at high temperatures for too long. Cooking onions at high temperatures can be a big mistake when it comes to preserving their nutrients. Onions contain quercetin, a powerful antioxidant that helps fight inflammation and promotes cardiovascular health. However, when onions are exposed to high temperatures for long periods, quercetin and other important nutrients can be destroyed. That's why cooking at moderate temperatures is essential to maintain the healthy properties of onions. If you enjoy caramelizing onions, for example, it's important to control the temperature and cooking time. Although the caramelization process enhances the sweet flavor of onions, cooking at too high a temperature for too long can reduce their nutritional benefits. It's possible to caramelize onions slowly, over low heat, to preserve as many nutrients as possible while still getting the desired flavor. Another problem with cooking onions at high heat is that it can change their texture, making them less appealing in some recipes. The onion can become too soft or even burn, which compromises the quality of the dish. In recipes that require faster cooking, such as stir-fries, a tip is to add the onion in the last few minutes so it cooks enough without losing too many nutrients. These lower temperature cooking methods ensure that the nutrients remain intact while maintaining the texture and flavor of the onion. Therefore, it's worth adjusting the way you cook onions to get more health and flavor in your dishes. Number 6. Not eating raw onions. Many people don't know, but eating raw onions is one of the best ways to enjoy their benefits. When onions are eaten raw, all their nutrients are preserved, especially the sulfur compounds that have anti-inflammatory and antibacterial properties. These compounds are responsible for many of the health benefits associated with onions, such as boosting the immune system and protecting against infections. In addition to sulfur compounds, raw onions also retain their flavonoids and antioxidants, which are lost during cooking. These nutrients help fight free radicals in the body, protecting cells from premature aging and chronic diseases. Therefore, adding raw onions to your salads or sandwiches is a simple way to increase your antioxidant intake and improve your overall health. Some people avoid raw onions because of their strong flavor or the burning sensation they cause. However, there are ways to minimize these effects without losing the benefits. A simple trick is to soak raw onions in cold water for a few minutes before consuming them. This helps soften the flavor and reduce the burning sensation, making raw onions more pleasant to eat. If you're used to always eating cooked onions, it's worth trying to include them raw in some recipes. Raw onions can add a crunchy and fresh touch to dishes while boosting their nutritional benefits. In salads, guacamole, or even as a topping on burgers, raw onions can be a tasty and healthy addition. Number 5. Discarding the outer layer of the onion. Many people have the habit of discarding the outer layer of the onion right after peeling it, not knowing they're throwing away one of the most nutritious parts of the food. The outermost layer of the onion, the one just beneath the dry skin, contains large amounts of flavonoids, especially quercetin. These compounds are known for their antioxidant and anti-inflammatory properties, which help fight inflammation and protect the body cells from free radical damage. Throwing away this layer is a mistake that can impact the nutrient content of your meals. In addition to antioxidants, this part of the onion also contains fibers, which are important for digestive health. These fibers aid in proper intestinal function, helping to regulate bowel movements and prevent digestive issues such as constipation. So next time you peel an onion, remember not to discard this outer layer too quickly. Another important benefit of preserving the outer layer of the onion is its impact on cardiovascular health. The flavonoids in this layer help improve blood circulation, reducing the risk of heart disease. They also help lower bad cholesterol levels in the blood, promoting better heart health. So it's worth taking advantage of all these benefits by keeping the onion as intact as possible. A simple trick to ensure you're making the most of this layer is to wash the onion before peeling it and remove only the dry skin, without going too deep. This way, you preserve the most nutritious part of the onion and avoid unnecessary waste. Plus, the flavor and texture of the onion remain almost the same, so there's no reason to throw away this nutrient-rich layer. Number 4. Storing onions in the wrong places. Storing onions correctly is essential to preserving their quality and preventing them from spoiling quickly. Many people don't know that keeping onions in humid places or near other vegetables, like potatoes, can speed up the spoilage process. Moisture and contact with other foods release gases that can cause the onion to rot faster or develop mold. The ideal is to store it in a dry, cool, and ventilated place, away from heat and moisture sources. Another common mistake is putting onions in the fridge. While it may seem like a good idea, the cold temperatures can alter the texture of the onion, making it soft and less tasty. Additionally, the humidity in the fridge can encourage mold growth, especially if the onion is already cut. So the best place to store onions is in a cupboard or pantry, in a paper bag or ventilated box, where they can breathe and maintain their integrity for longer. If you're used to storing onions with potatoes, it's time to reconsider this practice. Potatoes release a gas called ethylene, which speeds up the ripening of other nearby vegetables, including onions. This makes the onion spoil faster, lose freshness, and sprout prematurely. To avoid this problem, always store onions and potatoes separately, in different parts of the kitchen. A crucial tip is to never store onions in plastic bags, as they trap moisture, which can cause them to rot faster. Mesh bags or ventilated boxes are the best options to ensure air circulates and keeps the onion in good condition for longer. This way, you preserve the flavor, texture, and nutrients of the onion for more days without risking losing the food before its time. Number 3. Ignoring the combination with other foods. Many people don't know, but pairing onions with other foods can enhance their health benefits. One of the best examples of this is combining onions with garlic and olive oil. These 3 ingredients are rich in antioxidants and anti-inflammatory compounds that, when consumed together, can strengthen the immune system and help fight diseases. Like onions, garlic contains sulfur compounds that promote heart health and help prevent infections. Olive oil, on the other hand, is rich in healthy fats that aid in the absorption of nutrients present in onions. These fats help the body better absorb vitamins and antioxidants, such as quercetin, found in onions. So when cooking or preparing raw dishes like salads, always try to include a bit of olive oil to ensure you're getting all the benefits onions have to offer. This simple combination can bring great health advantages. Another food that pairs well with onions is tomatoes. Both onions and tomatoes are rich in antioxidants, and together they form a powerful duo in fighting free radicals. Additionally, tomatoes contain lycopene, which is known for its anti-cancer properties. A simple salad with onions, tomatoes, and olive oil is not only delicious, but also offers a significant amount of essential nutrients for the body. You can also pair onions with herbs and spices like oregano, basil, and black pepper. These herbs are rich in antioxidants and, like onions, have anti-inflammatory properties. Together, these combinations can help reduce inflammation in the body and promote better digestion. By making these combinations, you're turning simple meals into dishes that really contribute to your health in a meaningful way. Number 2. Removing the core of the onion. Have you ever had the habit of removing the core of the onion? Many people believe that this part, which is denser and sometimes has a stronger flavor, should be discarded. However, this is a big mistake since the center of the onion contains a high concentration of nutrients and beneficial compounds. It's precisely in this part that many of the sulfur compounds that bring so many health benefits, like protection against infections and promoting cardiovascular health, are found. By removing the core of the onion, you're eliminating a part rich in antioxidants, such as quercetin. These antioxidants help protect cells from free radical damage, which can cause premature aging and chronic diseases. So next time you cut an onion, remember that the core is just as important as the rest of the vegetable and shouldn't be thrown away. Another reason to preserve the core of the onion is its role in digestion. It contains important fibers that help regulate bowel movements and improve overall digestive health. If you suffer from digestive problems, such as constipation, eating the entire onion, including the core, can help keep your digestive system balanced. Additionally, onions are known for having prebiotic properties, feeding the good bacteria in your gut. Some people believe that the core of the onion may be harder to digest, especially for those with sensitive stomachs. However, this can be avoided by cooking onions at lower temperatures or cutting them into smaller pieces to make digestion easier. You can also use the core of the onion in soups and broths, where it will be slowly cooked and become easier to digest without losing its nutrients. Number 1. Overeating onions. Although onions are incredibly healthy and rich in nutrients, it's important to remember that overconsumption can cause digestive discomfort. Like many other vegetables rich in fiber and sulfur compounds, onions can cause gas and bloating when eaten in large quantities. This happens because the fibers in onions can ferment in the gut, leading to gas production. To avoid these discomforts, it's essential to eat onions in moderation. In addition to gas, overeating onions can also throw off your balance of other nutrients. When we eat too much of a particular food, we may end up neglecting other important nutrients that come from a varied diet. Although onions are a great food, they should be part of a balanced diet that includes a variety of fruits, vegetables, grains, and proteins. Another issue to consider is individual sensitivity to onions. Some people find onions harder to digest, especially when raw. This can cause discomforts such as heartburn, reflux, or even abdominal pain. If you notice that you're sensitive to onions, try eating them in smaller portions or opt for cooking them, which may be easier to digest. The key is to find a balance that works well for your body. Additionally, if you're on a diet that requires restricting fibers or sulfur compounds, such as in cases of irritable bowel syndrome, it's important to adjust the amount of onions in your diet. In such cases, it's ideal to consult a health professional to ensure you're consuming the right amount of onions without causing digestive discomfort. Now just apply what you've learned in this video and stop making these mistakes when eating onions. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. Here, all videos are made with your best interest in mind. In the video now appearing on your screen, I talk about the mistakes you can't make when drinking coffee. Click the screen and check it out. See you there.